And we're ready for a start. They're off and racing. Missing the break, that's Midnight Runner. And also at the back of the field, that's Modern Monarch. Going to for that lead, that is Runaway Star. Just on the outside of Runaway Star, Prolific Prince is quite early. Nebuchadnezzar is right there too, just on the inside rail. That's Riley J. Running out wide and coming around, that is Prince Kazir. Just behind them, that is Laredo. Behind Laredo, that is Benison. Then comes Miracle Selection backing out and looks to be hauling up. That's Newspaper of Record. Now overtaken by Midnight Runner, and just behind Midnight Runner, that's Modern Monarch. They head toward the three, and it is Runaway Star and Prolific Prince. These two are hooked up on that lead. About 2 or 3 lengths behind that is Laredo. Also in the mix in the middle, that is Prince Kazir. Right against the rail, that's Slam Sharp. They're at the top of the lane. Runaway Star trying to run away from the field, but Prolific Prince won't let that happen. Runaway Star now kicks it into gear and goes about 2-3 lengths in front and looks to be traveling nicely. Prolific Prince left back in a second, right against the rail. That's Slam Sharp trying to come on too. That's Midnight Runner, but this Runaway Star is full of running this afternoon, and it looks a double on the card for the Sneaky Fox. Runaway Star bounding effortlessly for this win, about 6 or 7 lengths. Running on for second, Benison. Then comes Prolific Prince, Midnight Runner, and Slam Sharp back in 5th. And they're off and racing. A late scratching Runaway Star as Prince Roy gets the upper hand. And Prince Roy goes for that lead. My Eclipse racing down there too. Also there in the mixed, that is Prince Zahir and Prince Kazir and Sensational Soul. Sensational Soul though rushing down into it. Backing out, that's Prince Kazir. Then comes Royal Maverick. Behind Royal Maverick, that's Mark My Identity. Then comes Miracle Selection. Behind that one, we have One Code, and racing at the back of the field, Peace Head. They head toward the 4, and it is Sensational Soul, just the leader, about a length in front of Prince Roy racing in 2nd. My Eclipse tracks them in a 3rd. Right there in 4th, that is Prince Kazir. Back there in 5th, that's Mark My Identity. Then comes about a 5 length before we come to Royal Maverick as they come entering to the top of the lane, and now going through, that is My Eclipse on that lead. My Eclipse in front, right against the rail, still there. That's Prince Roy coming with a good-looking run, but it's My Eclipse in front of Prince Roy. Also coming on, it's Mark My Identity, but it is still in front. My Eclipse in front of Mark My Identity coming on best of all, still against the rail. That's Prince Roy. It is still My Eclipse in front. My Eclipse getting out of the grasp of My Identity, trying hard to bridge that gap, but it's My Eclipse going on to score from My Identity. Mark My Identity. Then comes Prince Roy, Prince Kazir, and
they're off. Fair start. Slam Sharp just misses it toward the back. Runaway Star making a good run toward the outside as they lead the 6. Sensational Soul, though, blasts by them all and now takes pole position. Sensational Soul on that lead from the favorite, a Runaway Star. Prince Roy not too far away in 3rd as they leave the 5. A gap back to True Blue. Althea asked to pick up on the outside. Miracle Selection is the one racing on the rail with Prince Holder. Nebuchadnezzar in between horses. Slam Sharp out wide, and the One Code at the back. They've left the half mile. The tempo increasing as they're about to arrive at the 7/16. The Runaway Star hooked up with Sensational Soul. They're staring into each other's eyes as they go flashing past the 3. A break back to Prince Roy. He needs to find 4 to get to them. Althea needs possibly 6 or 7 with True Blue running on the rail, but they're coming into the top of the lane. They're almost there now. A quarter of a mile to run, and out in front it is Sensational Soul and the champion jockey who have that lead. A Runaway Star is chasing on the outside, but left 3 or 4 lengths back. Prince Roy making progress down against the rail, but it is Sensational Soul and Radish Roman. They flash past the furlong pole. Radish Roman keeping Sensational Soul up to his work inside the final 16th. It is Sensational Soul in the 7th event. They're not going to catch Sensational Soul. Sensational Soul wins handily by maybe 6. Prince Roy is 2nd. True Blue is 3rd. Runaway Star is 4th. Could be Nebuchadnezzar back in 5th.
Ready for a start. They're off and racing. Althea misses it and is left at the back of the field as they head towards the 6 furlong point. Altogether on the outside, just the leader from Mr. Lee, racing back in second as they pass the 6. Right against the rail. That is Bad Gal Khaleesi. Then comes Giant Vigorous. Just behind them, Attila. Recovering after that break and coming down into it, that's Althea as they pass the 5. And racing at the back of the field, the favorite, Secret Sensation. They head towards the 4, and it is on that lead, Mr. Lee, about 3/4 of a length in front of racing in second. That's all together. They're 5 lengths in front of Bad Gal Khaleesi. Then comes a Giant Vigorous. Recovering and coming on, that is Althea, just on the outside of Althea, Attila, and racing at the back of the field still the favorite, that Secret Sensation. They're at the top of the lane, and it is Mr. Lee kicking away from this field. Mr. Lee in front, about 4 lengths in front of altogether. Coming on the inside, that's Bad Gal Khaleesi, but it is Mr. Lee beginning to come away from this field. Mr. Lee traveling impressively at the furlong pole with a good-looking lead, about 6 or 7 lengths, and looks home and dry from here. Mr. Lee in front and traveling nicely. Bad Gal Khaleesi down into second. Althea running on for third, but it's Mr. Lee beginning to pull away. Mr. Lee comfortably in the end. Matthew Bennett and Mr. Lee by about 10 lengths. Althea runs on to be second. Then comes a Bad Gal Khaleesi, and running on for fourth looks to be Giant Vigorous. Breaking smartly to the near side, that's I'm Outstanding along with Native Flyer. Right over in the middle, that is a Pretty Sassy. Over on the far side, that's a Sparkling Fire. Along with Sparkling Fire, that's Alchemy of Soul, and over there, Uncle Baba. But right in the middle, Alive, traveling very well and very powerful in the middle. So closest to us, to the near side, that's I'm Outstanding. They can't make their way out of the chute, and it's wide open with I'm Outstanding. Just could be the leader to the near side, or leader on the far side. That is I'm Alive. So Alive and I'm Outstanding. I'm Outstanding right there too. That's Native Flyer. It looks to like I'm Outstanding with that lead and traveling nicely. Native Flyer chasing over on the far side, Alive, but I'm Outstanding still in front. Native Flyer trying to get to I'm Outstanding. I'm Outstanding begins to pull away, and it's the second win for the birthday boy, Peter John Prasad. I'm Outstanding beats Native Flyer. Then comes Alive, finishing fourth. That's Pretty Sassy back in fifth, Alchemy of Soul. They're off on racing. Slam Sharp, Good Conscience, Informal Gladiator. Those are the slowest out. Going for that lead, that's Money Mission. Money Mission in front of Bossman racing down into second. Then comes Prolific Prince right there in fourth. That is Laredo. Creeping up against the rail, that's Cop Car. Then comes Star. They go past the 4, and it is on that lead. It is Money Mission. Now attacked on the outside by Bossman. Money Mission and Bossman, they share it. Just behind them and traveling into third, that is Laredo. Right there too on the outside, Prolific Prince. It's a tight, they're bungling up as they come at the top of the lane, and it is Bossman. Now that escapes them, it's Bossman in front, Laredo left back against the rail. Out wide, that's Prolific Prince. It's Bossman in front of Prolific Prince, and Laredo trying to come on. Also coming out wide, that's Slam Sharp. It's Bossman still in front and turning them back. Bossman coming to the half a furlong pole with a good looking lead. It's Bossman in front, Prolific Prince, Laredo, and Slam Sharp winding up late. It's Bossman still in front, and Bossman will have this one. Bossman beats Slam Sharp running down into second. Then comes Prolific Prince running on for fourth. That is Laredo and Bob the Builder.
Field in 9 for the Miss Ruth. They're off. 6.5 furlongs. Sensational Soul misses it. Simply Enchanting and Strong Mind battle early, and Strong Mind gets a narrow lead. Simply Enchanting 3/4 of a length down on the rail. Ideal Winner races back in third, some 5 off that lead, Wayne's Cherry Links and all together run as a team and beginning to make headway as they leave the 5. Life is Light is 3 further lengths back. Sensational Soul now on the go on the outside, and Pea's Head trails the field. They're at the half-mile marker and rushing into that turn for home. Strong Mind has taken charge and quickly goes on by some 3 lengths. Simply Enchanting chasing with Ideal Winner. Wayne's Cherry Links on the outside, just about 5 lengths separates the front bunch. They leave the 3. Sensational Soul is next, altogether a further 3 lengths back. Life is Light and Pea's Head now share last as they leave the 5/16th and are about to come into the top of the lane in the Miss Ruth. Strong Mind in control at this stage. Ideal Winner left several lengths back down against the rail. Toward the outside, that's Wayne's Cherry Links. Simply Enchanting is running on the spot, but up front it is all Strong Mind, a furlong to catch. Strong Mind. Ideal Winner now shaken up under the left-hand stick, but it is Strong Mind, the rider, wheeling away with the right-hand stick inside the final 16. Strong Mind and Ray and Lewis battling. Here is Ideal Winner. Strong Mind will give Lewis his second. Ideal Winner is second. Wayne's Cherry Links ahead of Sensational Soul. Simply Enchanting is back in 5th. Perfect start. Brompton Boy on the far side with Prince Kazir. They get away quickly. He's Sensational running fast. There goes a Midnight Runner now bursting through the pack as they make their way toward the 5. They're there now. And it is a Midnight Runner on the rail. Royal Maverick racing toward the outside as they sort themselves out on the run toward the half-mile. A Brompton Boy now shows on that lead from a Midnight Runner. Royal Maverick fades back a bit in third, just 2.5 off that lead. Prince Kazir racing on the outside of He's Sensational, looking for racing room. Alchemy of Souls in the green is 6 lengths off that lead as they flash past the 3. A Runaway Bay on the outside now beginning to make ground. Friends Connection just trailing. They've left the 5/16th. They're about to come into the top of the lane, and it is the favourite Brompton Boy who brings them into it with a 2 or 3 length advantage. Midnight Runner, the grey, over against the rail. Prince Kazir is running in between horses. Alchemy of Souls out wide. He's Sensational now asked to make some ground, but they're inside the final furlong, and it is a Brompton Boy with a clear advantage. The rider having a peep over his shoulder. It's Brompton Boy and the visiting Wesley Henry. He's back with us, and he's back with us with a bang. Brompton Boy strolling in to win by 6 or more over Prince Kazir. Alchemy of Souls is next ahead of He's Sensational. Midnight Runner is back in 5th.
They're off on racing. I Dream Again gets a sharp start and goes for that lead. Not so altogether racing at the back of the field. I Dream Again, tackled on the outside by Giant Vigorous. Then comes Brompton Boy racing in third. About 2.5 lengths behind them. That's Papi Uso and altogether another 3. They go toward the 4, heading passing the 4, and I Dream Again kicks on. About 1.5 lengths now, 2 lengths from Brompton Boy going down into second. Left back against the rail. That is Giant Vigorous, racing about 12 lengths in front, about in fourth. That is Papi Uso, and altogether has never been in. I Dream Again kicks on about 4, more 5 or maybe 6 lengths in front. They're toiling behind I Dream Again, shrinking out by Robert Hallidine. It's I Dream Again in front. Brompton Boy and Giant Vigorous chasing down into second, but it's I Dream Again to the furlong pole with a good-looking lead, and it looks unstoppable. I Dream Again begins to pull away from these. I Dream Again. It's no nightmare. It's a good dream. I Dream Again pulling off and going on maybe by double digits. Giant Vigorous fighting on for second over Brompton Boy. Then comes Altogether and Papi Uso at the back. They're off on racing, breaking sharply in the middle as Uncle Harry giving all sorts of problems and has given away a lot of lengths. Over on the far side, that is a Reportable Offense and Cost of Living. They are going at it. Just behind them, that's Giant Vigorous. Then comes Slam Sharp. Prince Kazir follows through. Right on the rail, that's Pea's Head. Then comes Roaring Kitty. Right against the rail, Nebuchadnezzar, Mark My Identity, and the slow starting Uncle Harry. They head toward the 4 furlong point, and it is Cost of Living, just the leader, from racing contently in second. That is Reportable Offense. Slam Sharp follows them, coming against on the rail that is Giant Vigorous just behind them, and coming on to that's Pea's Head making ground on the outside. Prince Kazir, then comes Mark My Identity, Roaring Kitty, followed through by Nebuchadnezzar, and still never in it. That Uncle Harry there at the top of the lane, and Cosalivin kicks away from reportable offense, coming once again. Cosalivin having them off their leg, reportable offense, coming on, coming out wide too. That is Mark My Identity. It is Cosalivin in front, Mark My Identity bearing down, and Cosalivin still has a 3-length lead. It's Cosalivin in front, Mark My Identity keeps on coming. Cosalivin trying to get rid of Mark My Identity, and Mark My Identity goes on to beat Cost of Living. Then comes Roaring Kitty, Pea's Head, and the reportable offense back in fifth.
Thank you for watching another video produced by the team from QuickGallopJaya.com and its YouTube channel, The Quick Galloper. Please stay on the channel for other enlightening videos on those involved in local horse racing. Please like, subscribe, and press the notification bell.